So in this video, we're going to discuss about PWA and how PWAs work and how PWA might be one of those things those can help your business grow even more because your users can have the ability to install your web application as a mobile app and be able to interact with it as if it was a mobile app. And the other thing would be the site speed. So we'll identify the problems those a site have that causes the speed to be down and what we can do to improve it. And then in relation to the PWA, why site speed is so important to have a better working PWA application. Let's dive into the video. Now, starting from the next text, this is our business website. If you haven't looked at it, please go ahead and have a look. Now, once you land on this web page, you might see a install button over here. Let me just try to see if I can uninstall the application that I've already installed, and we'll try to reinstall it. Now, when you go to the web page, you would see something like this, and you would see this download button. All you have to do is to click on install, and it would help you install the application. Now, when you're on the MacBook, you would see applications something like this. Right after it's installed, you would see that it's no more in the browser, it is into its own sort of application. Now, the best part about the PWA and why you should have the PWA is something that is really unique. Let me show you something. Let's go to some of the other pages of Nextex, like Solutions tab, where we have all the softwares that we're selling, the portfolio. Let's go to the blog section where we post content regularly. Let's go to the About Us section and then the Contact Us. Just to show you what PWA is and how it can help your business, let me just quickly show you something. Now, once you have done this, once you have visited a couple of pages, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just turn off the internet, and right after the internet is turned off, you would see that the app would show you that you're in the offline mode. You would see that none of the content have changed on the page, which means that the PWA would still be able to load the pages even though your internet is gone. Now, in regular web pages, only the page that you're loaded at would be the page that would be cached and would be visible. But right after you refresh the page, it would be gone. But as you can see, when I refreshed it, the page is still here. It's because when you make a PWA application, any of your web content is basically cached into your local device, and when you don't have the internet, the application would still be able to load the previous loaded pages. Now, if I was to go to the Solutions tab, I will still be able to look at the content that I loaded previously, even though the internet is turned off. All the pages are working as if the internet was on, which is exactly something that happens with regular system applications, where if the contents are loaded, you would still be able to see all that content. So for example, if you were on Skype, you would still be able to see all the communications that you would have with your friends, but you won't be able to see the dynamic content, which means you will not be able to see any new conversations. Something very similar is happening here, and this is what makes it a bit unique, because your user would actually interact with your application as if it was a system application, because most of the content will be loaded. Let's try to see how it would look like in a mobile. Now, let me just go ahead and try to see if I can make it a mobile screen. Now, as you can see on this device, it is completely changed. Now, the top menu is gone, the footer is gone, and as you can see, there is a new menu for mobile. Now, this is how you make your PWAs a bit unique, and so that when a user lands on your website or your PWA from a mobile side, they would be able to see it as a mobile application. If it is not customized, your user would easily be able to understand that it's just a regular website. And when you're providing a user an experience of a PWA, which is like a native application, you got to make sure that you make your web application in a way so that it's responsive and it functions as if it was a mobile app. Now let me just show you how the menu works. Now when you click on any of these tabs, the menu is very interactive. Like any of those pages would instantly load. And one thing that you can notice, that the speed in the PWA is crazy fast. The one of the reason is it's because most of the pages are preloaded. Now all those pages, those are cached. The PWA doesn't have to send a server request to load those pages. And the other thing is that the internet is turned off, so the speed is crazy fast. So the application is just loading the previously loaded content, which makes it a bit faster. What I've seen from personal experience is PWA applications, the pages load faster in the PWA than what they would load on the web application. So this is also a unique way to give your users a better page speed in the PWA. So in order to have a best performing website, you got to make sure that GD metrics shows you A over here. If the number is something different and the performance is lower, you would have to go in to these top issues and see what are the problems. Now, so the system is pointing that there are some issues in the website, and the problem is that I have to avoid any enormous network payloads. Now when I go into it, I can see that these images are pretty crazy big images, and when I go to the application, you can even see, so the amount of images that I have on the page are crazy. So 1 2 3 4 5 10 11, so almost about 14-15 images are on this page, and so mostly images are about 800, 600, 400 kilobytes. Now because of these massive images, I can see that, so the network payload is enormous, and I have to reduce the size and I have to make sure that it is in next gen format. Now the easiest way to make this go is to convert these images into WebP, which is a web format, to load your images. This would make the site speed even more faster. So when you turn your web app into a mobile application, you got to make sure that when your user lands on the web application, user is able to navigate through all of your pages in a very smooth manner. So if the user is having to wait a couple of seconds before the page load, that would mean that user experience would not be engaging, because a mobile application works really fast, and in order for you to have that mobile sort of experience for the user, you got to make sure that your pages land crazy fast. So if you're looking to build a PWA application, or if you have a website that doesn't load fast, what you can do, you can send us a message. We'll be very happy to analyze what your website is built upon, and we can help you turn your regular web application into a progressive web app. And also we can identify and solve all those problems that you have. Those are causing your site speed to be less than A+. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, or you can send us an email on contact@next-x.com.au.